Welcome back to Hollywood Animal, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. We have a couple of things happening all at once here. As per usual, Pour One for Me is now done being written. Is it worth our money? Oh, my gentle Jesus. It is worth our money. Indeed it is. Somehow it only cost me 88. I thought I was up at 128,000 for that, but he just the dude just wrote me a perfect script. So like, yeah, I think it was worth it. Pour One for Me, man. Start the project. Oh my God. I really don't think, I mean, we're going to destroy it, right? But it has a starting value that's so good. So that's great. Obviously, we want better people on this to make it as good as possible. And let's see, we currently have access to a 5.8 cinematographer. Homer's actually not that expensive for what he can bring to the table here, 7.6. He likes to shoot on location as well, so this could be okay. We're not going to have great locations, so I still kind of want to bias towards sound stages if I can, but his professionalism is great, and we're going to try to run with it as best we can here. So for the cinematographer, if I go 3 movies with him, I mean, he's a very good cinematographer. Maybe I can get him by time at a reasonable rate here. 3 years of Homer Warren, 7.6 professionalism for $100,000. Okay. I don't think it's necessarily the best call, but if I can get him in more than, I think for that extra cost, I think if I can get him in more than 4 movies, it ends up being worth it, you know? If that 5th movie ends up paying dividends on that. Okay, so we have him as a cinematographer. He's not the best cinematographer in the whole place, but it's pretty good. We have Soundstage A1. You know what? I might just let him go locations. So they're not going to be great locations, though. That's the problem. And we have 9 days for A2. We have 4 days for B2. Okay, so when B2 is done, when Nonsense is done, that's when we'll do that one. So that's wild. We have the pre-production done for Flame Upon a Stone. Working title. It's the new title anyway. And we're going to start things off with after the pre-production with a 7.1 on the popcorn. So let's get that produced as well. We'll get some security on scene and off we go. All right. In the meantime, No Losses is racking up some profits for us. That's good. And Never Back Down is ready to go in 5 days. It will release in our new cinemas. Hello, Nonsense. Nonsense is not the best script in the world, but it never was meant to be. So we'll start production on that too. I think I have enough money now. Yeah, we'll put some security on it. I have enough money now, I think, to buy some more theaters. So I'm going to go into cinemas, cinema management, and I think I'm going to bump this up to, let's go 160. Again, the more theaters I can release my movies in without having to rent space, the better, right? Experienced lawyer service has expired. Okay, that's okay. I don't think I require it anymore. I have 65 GP here. Let's see about getting a little bit more influence points. We'll go to the mayor's party. So our connections with influential people have strengthened. We gain 300 influence for that. That's pretty wicked awesome. Great. So we'll go ahead and release Never Back Down. And it is going to get a Kino Mark score of a C+. Okay. Not too bad. Average ratings, except for Bone Grinder, of course. He's always going to say it's utter trash. It's fine. We're going to make things happen. And this is Wendy Carpenter's movie as well. She's going to get a little more experience. She's currently a 1.3. And out we go. There it is. So this is the last week of No Losses as well. Couple gets married. Nice. So this is the last week for No Losses. And so, again, we have very few showings for this. So you can see how we're showing at 4,900 screenings. This is the maximum our theaters could do before I just bought more. But it doesn't cost us much, right? And so it's only 2% occupied. We're basically having nothing. So there's no point in me having a lot of screenings for this movie anymore. So only 322 screenings are going to happen in this week, which should hopefully help us better utilize the space a bit because the new movie is going to occupy our theaters more. And as I get more theaters purchased, I can start releasing movies next to each other at the same time and advertising 2 movies to release at the same time. Because I have enough theaters, I'll have enough screenings of my own ownership to, you know, have full occupancy on both the movies at the same time without having to rent space. Seems nice. This is my Party of One, the trash movie, which actually turned out all right. It's It's my throwaway movie. Like, let's put everybody in here before their contracts expire. And it actually turned out decently. We're going to have Oliver do this one, give him some more experience here. And we won't go cheap here because we don't want to destroy it too much. But I got to get these guys some experience if I can. And let's also make you a little bit happier. Here we go. Nice performance bump for you. Nice performance bump for you. Excellent. Do I not have any whiskey? I thought yeah, I have one now. Okay. Who should I give it to? Let's see. Party of one is filming right now. I could give it to the director. That might help this one a little bit more on the performance side of things. If I, oh, that's the editing. Sorry. This stuff is doing. Let's see. Flame Upon a Stone. Anybody here need something? Yeah, like the cinematographer could use a little bit. The protagonist actually could use it more. Roberto could use it. Have I given you whiskey yet? I only gave you the watch, so let's give you the whiskey. There we go. Your performance is going to be much better now. All right, excellent. And it did it early on in the production too, so that's going to have an effect further and further. Returning from vacation, very nice. Okay, so you can see, right, 12% attendance, even with this very little showing. But that's okay. That's good. We can go ahead and end distribution now. Send that to the archive. And now the actor wants to know. He doesn't cost as much as he might have, though, right? I mean, I feel like what should happen here, and maybe it is happening and I just don't notice it much, but if their loyalty is higher, if you keep their loyalty up, I feel like they should be willing to work with you for less, you know? I feel like that should be the reputation. I get that reputation. It probably has more impact on it. I actually want to see the breakdown here because it doesn't look like reputation has any impact on this at all. But I think it's like once your reputation gets over a certain amount is when it starts to hit. I think that's what that is. So I'll have to take a look at that. Medical insurance, we'll give you that. And then I want to get Roberto in for another, see if we can get him for 2 more movies. 70K for 2 movies for you. 6.2. Yeah, we can run that. All right, good. And then, yeah, 4.6 actor. I like you. You look like you're a mob boss. We can do some mob movies with you later, okay? I like you. I like it's all about the fedora, honestly. For me, that's what it's all about. So I'm gonna give you, see how much you're not gonna cost much. I'll go 3 movies for 40K. I'm all right. I don't need you to have the health insurance or anything. Excellent. Okay, Never Back Down's first week makes a pretty good amount. We made 609,000 gross. And did we fill? We did. Filled our attendance. Probably could have filled a little bit more. I want to hit like 99% is what I'm aiming for. Because if I see 100, typically for me that means that it's I could have had more is what I'm thinking of, right? Which is fine. The more theaters we get, we can play with that. We can afford to have more screenings that are way above and beyond, right? I like that. Okay. So I want to make sure I'm getting all of these done. We need to do the corrupt official script now too. Here we go. Script department. Additional 25% extra experience per release. Scriptwriter and head of script department will earn 25% more experience when the film is released. That's awesome. We can even do an additional 50% now, which would be cool. I want to unlock script doctor, I think, first. But actually what I'd really like to have is more elements. Let's do story elements, and we will bump this. Wow, I can put $300,000 into that. It's not that important. We'll speed it up by a little bit. We'll go like this. Let's speed it up. Speed it up by this much. I want more story elements. All right, party of one. After post-production, only dropped it a little bit. Good. It's fine. Because I had my less experienced editors and stuff on that. So Oliver gained some experience. That's good. Lee Woods, good. Party of one. I mean, these are like, I like this one more. I think it's a little bit more on theme. All right, so let's see what we're dealing with here. We should not have to order any additional space. We have Never Back Down. We'll probably end up going another round. So from here, we'll end up releasing it here. Okay, now we have 5,600 screenings we could do, which is great because it means we can go way above where this is, and we can do it for basically no cost. So essentially, I mean, not essentially. I mean, any movie that is 5.6, 5.5 on my popcorn score or below is going to be fairly easily like 100% utilization of what I should have here. So I like this. We're going to say we print it for cheap. Yep. And then let's get some advertising going. We'll start on the 22nd, I suppose, and go all the way to here. Let's see what this movie is first. So Party of One is that lonely, hopeless romantic movie, a detective movie that doesn't get his unrequited love. Okay, so I think maybe we'll pop this into Nate Sparrow Press, and I think we'll go ahead and put it on the... Let me read this one. This is not a lot of text on this one. So magazines, radio stations, and the intelligent, sophisticated man. So this is like, this would be one that has, if it has high artistic appeal, you'd probably want to advertise it here. But I don't really have high artistic appeal here, so I'm going to not do that. We'll go down the 3 here. 148,000 for advertising there. Get the butts in the seats. That's what we want to do. And that moves along. All right, pre-production. We now have high quality costumes just before the thin blue line becomes ready for production. I love it. Now that we have those things, I have a choice to make. I can go technical support, which would allow me to start buying new camera equipment, right? As the new technologies come out into the market, I would be able to take advantage of those things. Or I can go for the scouting department instead, a scouting office, which gives me the ability to shoot on location and have 2-star locations, which is very tempting to have. Because we're going to start getting to the point where we're making more movies than, like, I have to have more sound stages. And I don't want to have more sound stages because that costs me money every month, right? So I want to limit how many sound stages I'm really just perpetually paying for. As long as they're occupied and they're being used all the time, it's fine. But there's going to be times where it's like, I'm making 4 movies right now, but I have a 5th and I'd like to do that too. And as I get more theaters, I can actually handle that, right? We're not releasing 1 movie at a time is what we've been doing. I want to start getting to the point where we're releasing twice, you know, two movies at a time, or slight overlaps with movies at a time, right? That's kind of where I want to be here. So I think I'm going to take the scouting locations first before the camera equipment. Yes, I'm going to get the scouting office before the camera equipment. Ah, the wayward soul. They've lost their way in life and they started down a dark path. Yes, indeed. Okay, these scripts over here are ready, but they're just not... Poor one for me. It says it's just such a great project, man. Oh my God. I have to do this. I have to make this script because otherwise the whole alcohol thing for the bootlegger is not going to get done. So we've got to do this. So put the cinematographer there. I still... Yeah, like I want better locations for him. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. How much time do I have left on this? I have 534 days. That's pretty good. The thin blue line one is the one that matters more. And that script has to be done like immediately. So tell you what we're going to do. Construction projects. We'll just have to tear them down later, I guess. I'm going to have another soundstage. And we're going to place this. I can place it back here, I guess. I don't want to get too close to engineering because I might want to use that space. We can put one of them. Looks like I can go right over top of the road, too. That's interesting. Yeah, I probably should have moved that building over here, but I can put the soundstage there. It's just going to get in the way of the other departments. I'll tell you what, we'll put it right back here. We'll say soundstage 3. You want to put these generally in like gaps where you're not going to have anything built, but there might be more security buildings, right? For example, I want to put those over there. Yeah, okay, tell you what, we'll put this in marketing. I guess we have all this space over here for marketing. It just kind of overlap with the producers though, but I don't know if we're going to be able to use it. We have all this space around here too. I think we'll be fine with having a soundstage right here. We'll put another one right here. Let's have that built quickly. That's going to be B3, and then I want another one. I don't, but I do want another one. And I'll put it over here, I guess. B4 will be over here, I guess. It's not really all that organized. In fact, now what I probably should have done is deleted these and then replaced them all with the medium ones, right? We might be tearing these down later. We'll see. It's not that expensive, but you know, it's something. $33,000 every time I build these things. They asked no questions. Richard. You're at 2.6 now. I'm proud of you, buddy. You're really moving up in the world. I'm gonna ditch that. I'm gonna ditch that thing, but you're really moving up in the world. Seriously, you're almost there, buddy. Let's see the other ideas. Yeah, other ideas. Let's go. Is there a detective? No detective. How about? This is a detective movie with a comedy, detective with action, outcast, action, historical. Let's have you write a historical piece. Okay. I just don't want you to have the same. What I'm trying to do here is avoid having him write stories that are fitting in adventure, action, and comedy, because I already have writers that are good at those things. And I probably should have. These guys have been searching, just doing nothing but searching for different story elements and stuff, which is great. I like that because I can afford to pay other writers to do it and to come up with really great scripts that these guys are not capable of writing right now. But at some point I do want these guys to write scripts, because they're getting experience by writing scripts, not by searching things. And you can see Richard's getting better, and these guys are not, because they're not writing any stories. So I do need them to at some point start writing things again. Oh, you're the one. I spent 122,000 for this one. Okay. I just forgot which one it was. No big deal. Yeah, Maurice. All right, cool. So this is our Heroes in Uniform film, and we need to start this immediately. This needs to be produced right now. I would like to use those sound stages though, so I may actually have to wait. But Homer's going to be on this project, so let's just real quick exit out. We have to wait till one of these sound stages finishes. And you can see, there it is, never back down. We're going to set up distribution again, just to make sure that we're not buying any theater spaces at all here. We're only on our own this whole time, and we can have up to 5,300 screenings. It doesn't cost anything, which is so good. 0, 0, 0 across the board. There it is. So you're going to take up the entire theater. Yep, 55, 30. Not that it needs to be that way, but that's what we're going to do for the rest of this. And then we'll go ahead and confirm that. There we go. All right, keep going. And now you want even more money. Nope. I'm going to keep... Seriously, that's a lot of cash you're asking for, and I'm just going to say no. How much do you hate me? Oh, he quit. He just flat quit. I didn't read his thing. I didn't realize he was giving me an ultimatum. Richard, no. I didn't realize he was giving me an ultimatum. Hold on, can I rehire him? Let's see, where is he? Richard Schmidt, there he is. $800 is his new rate. I mean, he is a better writer now. It makes sense. I just figured I could string him along for a little bit more. Okay, fine. Let's see. Can I get... Man, like, imagine paying $900 for a 1.0. He's actually a fair rate. I probably should have paid him what he was wanting. Because, like, a lot of these guys are... All right, Richard. Look, Richard, I'm sorry, Richard. Now I'm going to give you 800, which is more than you originally asked for. Your stellar negotiating skills there, Richard. Well done. All right, let's have you write a same historical piece. And I'd rather not. Actually, tell you what. Why don't we give you the corrupt official story, right? We could have you take a stab at that corrupt official story. We could. I mean, it's 2.6. It wouldn't be a great script, but there's no requirements for it. So it could just be a small movie that doesn't really get a whole lot of traction. I wouldn't be too upset about that, actually. Let's try this real quick. Let's see what scripts are out there, though. So Replacement Commander. This has... I just want to see if there's already a script written that has that in there. Antagonist. Corrupt Official right here, yeah. So there's already a script. The Last Merry Fellow on Earth. $150,000 is too much to spend for the script, though. I'm not going to do that. And, yeah. So I think we can write our own. I think we can write our own for this. So we're looking for a corrupt official story. And maybe I'll let Richard take this one. I'm just going to call it Corruption. If I can spell it. That's how you spell it, right? It's 2 R's, right? Having a brain fart. I'm going to go with this. If it's not 2 R's, then whatever. Make fun of me. So we're looking for a detective thriller historical piece. There's gonna be a lot of detective stuff here, a little bit of a thriller, a little bit of a history in this. We're gonna go with American City, and what we're looking for is to really dive in and just like show corruption from a city official, right? That's what the guy wants. So I'm thinking we get a detective, the antagonist of which is a corrupt official, and we could have like an angry boss that's really getting out his ass to drop this case, don't do it. All right, you're just gonna invite all sorts of problems for us. But then there's also his mentor that was his chief, back in the day. He really respected him. He's the whole reason he became a detective in the first place, right? He's gonna fill him in and be like, you can't stop this now, right? You have to continue. You have to go through this. And it turns out that this corrupt official was involved in a rape that he tried to cover up. No. He's involved in... none of these actually fit for this, does it? Not really. The corrupt official, I guess we could use... I could use heroes in uniform here again, I suppose. Generational conflict, maybe. Intergenerational conflict configures into the plot somehow. I don't know if that will work, but we'll try it. And then the finale for this is that the antagonist gets punished. I wish I had a 7th thing, because I'd like to get another supporting character here for like probably not necessary. I think this could work. I don't know exactly whether or not Richard's the best person to write this script, but we can put some talent behind it that'll really bring it out. So Richard, 90 days later. Show me what you got, Richard. You're a master negotiator. You're being paid more now than you've ever been paid. You called my bluff. Good for you. That's cutthroat business. Good for you. All right, so we have 270 days left in that thin blue line. We need these sound stages to be operational here, so let's get them going. Yep, and this is going to be B3. And this one is B4. Okay, now we take thin blue line and we get it running. Now that we have the extra sound stage. Start the project. Got like 200 days here. We're running out of time. Oh, don't do that. I have the bees. There it is. Okay, to refresh the list. All right, so go like this. Yep, give me the 2-star locations. And we should have high quality props now too, which means, yep, right there, boom. So it's the difference between 12,000 for the low, 19,200 for medium, or 24,000 for high. And it takes more time to produce the film with that many people too, but it's okay. All right, so we're up to 103 days so far with this. I mean, we're running out of time. That gives us about 100 days of cushion, which is fine. I obviously have to account for delays that might take place with it. And, that might extend it for 15, 20, 30 days, that kind of stuff. So you want to have that cushion. You don't want to hit it under the wire. And then, of course, you can always expedite the printing process and stuff, too, because you're going to have, a lot of days in post-production as well. And then the marketing is usually like a month. So there's a lot that goes into that. You really have to have like a lot of cushion for this. Producer, 9.7. You're not quite the director I would hire for this, to be honest. But that said, you're better than... I've already hired you, so I guess we could get you, though. 5.1 is pretty good. I mean, you're a racist, but you're also incredibly cheap, so yes. And you're better than the one I already have, so yes. You're so cheap. I feel like I'm just going to get you for years at this point. I'm going to make movies with you. I'm going to give you medical insurance, too. $19,000 for 3 years. Welcome aboard, Homer Hess, the racist 5.1 director. Okay. So now, Homer. There you go. Our detective in this movie. I could have it be... I could do it myself. I could be a serial killer. I've always wanted to be a serial killer. I don't think I would be a good serial killer. Like, if I was going to play the role, of course, not to be actually a serial killer. I think he's not great, but his contract is up in 149 days. So, might as well use him. It's going to bring down the film a little bit. That's why I wanted high talent up here, just to kind of keep it suspended as much as possible. Sidekick. Let's have you be... We could use Martin. Is there anyone close? Could be Manuel's last movie. David, I want to expire anyway. You guys are too low of rating. All right, Detective Pryor. Yeah. Yeah, 149 days. It's your last movie before your contract expires. And then we'll put Martin in here, I think, with you. Martin will come with you. Yeah. All right. It's going to bring it down because of the talent, but hopefully the producer and the director, not really, but hopefully with everybody in a good mood, it'll bring it up too. I need to get Gabriel to be in a better mood. Let's give him the whiskey. There we go. I want to see performances well beyond your skill level. Okay. There you go. Give me really good performances, guys. There you go. Whiskey makes everyone happy, especially during Prohibition. Yeah, that's another thing that's weird. Like, I'm giving you guys whiskey, but Prohibition is a thing. So, like, how is the whiskey... How is that not in the illegal tab? Right? Single malt Scotch whiskey aged for half a century. I mean, it's like 56.6% alcohol. But it's during Prohibition, so, like, why is this legal? I don't know. Seems interesting to me. Buy a couple more right there. What's this one? Oh, pour one for me, of course. Yeah, we need this one too. God damn it. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go with the fact that it's not gonna be a 9.9, and that's just the way it is. You know, we were probably gonna end up destroying the stupid thing, but the only way I can change it is to get, you know, hire a new person. I don't want to spend a whole lot more money on it, so let's get this one here. We'll say B4. And while you do like shooting on location, I can provide higher quality sets indoors. So we'll do that instead. This is not going to be a 9.9, but we'll give you as many things as we can to help it along. Dewey, producer, is an 8.0. As far as a director goes, I mean, yeah. He's very expensive. I'd really rather not hire him. But if I don't hire him, it's going to really tank down the rating. We'll do it anyway. I'll give you Jasper. He's not the right director for this film, but we'll give you Jasper. Cleo, I think you're going to be our hopeless romantic. Yep, you're actually really well known for that role, so good. Strict parent. You're going to have to be older than 37. So, you know, it'd be Russell, but he's also libidinous, and I don't really want him to be there. So I think maybe this strict parent is just going to have to play old. Can you pretend to be old? Or can we get an older person? Certainly not a high-skilled older person. Jeez. Yeah, we're going to be really hurting for somebody that fits this qualification, this role here. What have I done? I probably had that in there for Gabriel, and then I just gave him a different role. So, all right, how do I change this? Let's go with... Unless I want to spend an extra $619, this is going to be like $50K. Unless I want to spend another $50,000 for Francisco, then I would have to just use Manuel, which I already have. And this is his contract. I think we can probably get him in one more movie after this. But a strict parent doesn't really match for him, but it's fine. Love interest. We'll get, not David. It's going to have to be, man, this is rough. This is rough. The talent we have for the script, it's going to tank it so hard. I think this is going to come out as like a 7. I think it will come out even worse than a 7. Maybe a 6.5. Hopefully not. If we can get people in really good moods, they'll perform above their means here. I'm going to wait to give him that. I'd actually rather give him a watch. I have not given him anything before. I'd rather give him a cheaper gift. Okay, give it a shot. It's only 65 days to produce the film. That's a really fast turnaround time. Which is good because we kind of need that. Saving the Beloved. Ah, beautiful. Sarah Freed. Yeah, you can take all the breaks you want. Although she really is happy now. You know, maybe she can be in these... You can make like a really junk film and put her in it. You know? I don't know. I could Got any scripts that are super cheap? No. This one is Criminal Mastermind Detective, Antagonist Repents. Another Corrupt Official one. This is really expensive though, so we're not going to buy it. And then if I don't have my writers searching for this, maybe I get them writing something new. Like instead of doing this, I think that's what we're going to do, guys. The next, when you're done, and I want to make you happier too. So let's give you a whiskey. I got to make you guys a little happier just because your performance is going to be affected by this. I'll give you a watch. There you go. Yep, and you're fine. You could probably use a little bit of help here. I'll give you some whiskey too. There you go. And that way all the gifts are now out of my inventory in case I get raided. Speaking of getting raided, I haven't done the thin blue line yet, so I can't get protection from raids. So if we do get raided by the cops, I can't do anything about it. That's another reason for why I need to do this thin blue line thing as fast as possible. All right, I think Never Back Down has done its thing. It's got basically no plays now. We can end distribution on that. More reputation for us, very good. And yeah, I would like to rediscuss your contract because you're almost a 5-star director, and I could use that. So let's take and you're not that expensive for time, honestly. If I give you medical insurance, can I get you for 3 years? 24K for 3 years. I just need to make a lot of movies. Like I have quite a few people now that are on contract for a term and not a number of movies. When you do that, you need to kick out movies as fast as possible, right? So I need to do more of that. I need a lot more scripts. Kino Mark. Got a C. Bone Grinder surprisingly hates it. Go figure. And then everyone comes down through here. Party of 1 did well there. And then the total spent, pretty modest. Let's see how well it does with the low spend. Yeah, I already looked at that. Let's go. Game's got a few bugs. You know, I am playing it pre-release. So as of recording this, it still hasn't released yet. It's April 9th for me right now. So fun times. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far. I have to play as much as I can here just because I love it. I want to so bad. Now, why is Poor One for Me not started yet? Why are you not running yet? Wait a minute. Thin Blue Line is also doing the same thing. It says ready. It's not being made yet. Why? What's happening? Did I send people on a vacation or something? How would I know? Oh boy. Hold on a second. Yes, hospice visit is done, but why do I have 2 films that I really need to get moving on? Why do I have them sitting there doing nothing? Give me analytics and statistics, and this money will definitely shave some time off of that, but like what is going on here? I have 248 days to get Thin Blue Line out the door. That's not a lot of time. I need 101 of those days to produce it, but it's just sitting here doing nothing right now. It says pre-production progress 80%. Is it actually running? Oh, it is. Okay. That's the part that's confusing to me. So I see this sitting over here and it says ready. And that tells me, okay, it's ready to go, but it's actually still progressing down here on the line. So I just have, yeah, that's weird. I don't know why that confused me, but it did, because it just did. So never mind. We're fine. For your level up, let's give you a speed up here. All right, Thin Blue Line is done. And we are in, for pre-production, we are in here. So it did take a dip. It's a little under 7. Maybe it will get better as we make the film. We'll see. We're going to put security on site with it. And we could have them do extra days just to make sure we get it done faster. It might put a little more stress on the production, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to say 6 days, 12-hour days. If we go 5 and 12, we get it done in 81. If we do 6 and 12, it's 68. If we come back to 8-hour days, it's 92. So, but I think I want to do this. So we're going to shoot one extra day a week here on that, just to make sure we can kick that out as fast as we can. And then we just want to make sure everybody is taken care of with that. So you should have all nice happiness for everybody here. Homer, you know, I think you haven't gotten any gifts yet. You're doing good work here. I want to make sure you really do good work. So there we go. Make sure we get that done. And then let's make sure we get some extra gifts in inventory here. We'll go with 2 here and then 1 more there. And then as they proceed... Oh, here we go. This one's done. Nonsense! Wow, did really well. Bumped up the quality. Yep, there we go. Cecil, nice job, buddies. All right, happiness of the crew made it all better. That's really what it is. Like, make your crew happy and they will perform very well above their skill level. That's really all you need to do. We'll get Emma on this one. Yep, let's get these guys to have even more experience. And I'm really looking forward to the time where I have the highest quality sound. Good sound processing is going to be great once we get it. Pour one for me is almost done. 79% done with the pre-production. Okay. Thin blue line is shooting. Let's double check, make sure everybody's still good because they're extra days. Oliver needs a little bit of a pick-me-up here. There you go, Oliver. There you go. Make sure you're doing well. Everybody's following the regimen. Okay, you're pretty expensive, Herman, but the thing is, it's been really nice having you around. You know, you're 7.9. It's been really nice having you around. I'm okay with paying a premium for a premium director. I'd like to get a discount, group discount, bulk discount, if you will. That's 30K. That's about 37K per movie there. Yeah, for what you are, I can dig that. Why don't we grab health insurance for you so I can make it just a little... I think the extra cost there over the 3 years, 2 years maybe, you'll be with me on that. I think that's probably better just to pay the extra 4K in cash. So there we go. I'd rather not pay for health insurance every month because you're being hired for movies, not for time. So Vivian, God, I want to keep you around too. The 9.5 is so great. When we have really awesome scripts, we can bring you in and just, you elevate everything. It's so great. You don't have the star power, surprisingly. You'd think someone with this level of skill would have star power behind it too, but not really. Kind of the same deal with you. 30K per movie here, or we can do a little less, and then we have a little less here. So about 25,000 per movie for your level of skill. Kind of absurd, but hey, that's what we pay the ladies, all right? It's just the way it is. I'm sorry history did that to you. You're very expensive for what you are. I only wanted you for one movie because of your superstardom, so thanks, I'm out. Goodbye. Whew. There's a lot of stuff to manage here. I love it, though. The game just keeps you really super busy. And now Flame Upon a Stone is becoming a really great film. This is, yeah, because of Vivian and everything. They really elevate all the scripts and everything. So this is an 8.7 popcorn after production is done. Brilliant, I say. I would like the better editors to be on this. So I want to just really check and see if there's any other editors. There's not. All right. When are you done? When does your contract expire? 6 years. Oh, so you wait. Yeah, 3 more years then. June 1934. Okay. Just curious on what yours is. Also 1933. Okay. This is what it is. I can't seem to close this window. Like, it acts like it closed, but it didn't close. Yeah. This is bugged now. I can at least... No, I can't even save. Yeah, we are... Okay. Joni, you've bugged me. Hopefully autosave saves me again. Be right back. All right, so the save is taking me back to the beginning of August, so we're gonna have to backtrack just a little bit here. Hopefully it doesn't mess up anymore. Every time this happens so far, I refresh the game, like it's fully closed out, task manager, right? And I bring it back, and there's an update for it. So like when I started this series, I was 0.80 early access for me. and now it's 0.82. So it's kind of they keep adding updates. I don't know what they're changing. Hopefully there's stability things that are preventing the crashes and stuff. So we'll see. And obviously this is a pre-release version. I said that already. So hopefully that stuff is fixed for you guys before you get it. But ultimately still fun. I just have to backtrack a little bit. I did have to completely redo the Thin Blue Line and start pre-production. And I don't know if I got the exact people still. So there might be some differences between who is acting in which movie, Thin Blue Line and Pour Me One or whatever it's called. There might be slight differences in who is actually acting in those films compared to what I just previously recorded. But Pour One for me, that's what it's called. But ultimately, like those films are still going. Okay, so Emma Berry, you're gonna go there. Let's get everybody working on this film one more time. And I want to give them also some stuff, right? I need to give them some gifts and stuff if I can to get them happier. So bring you up, and Emma, give you the whiskey too. There we go. Very nice. Okay, now that's where I was. I had some other people that were like popping up at me right before. So let's try not to open too many windows too fast. Maybe that's what's causing the stuff. So we'll try to do like one or two things at a time until and see if that helps the stability at all. So Party of One's doing pretty good. Director, I actually do want to keep him around. He's very expensive, but if I can get him cheaper for movies. Yeah, definitely individual movies. Let's get him, yeah, I think this is still fine. For 7.9, need to get him some, like, Winning the Beloved stuff going, too. And Vivian, yep, we got to go through all this stuff again. We'll try to do it just a little bit slower than last time. And try to see if we can keep these guys around. So, movies, again, go back to movies. 3 movies, please. And let's also grab health insurance for you, too. There we go. 3 movies, accept. All right. Excellent. And then one more. I'm going to say goodbye to you because I only wanted you for a little bit, right? So bye. And then it's mid-August again, Party of One here. And so we can continue the distribution on this if we want to. Let's set up distribution again. And you can see there's a little bit more competition. There was plenty of competition before too, but we don't have, I mean, I guess we could have less films going, but these are basically free for us, right? So we'll just let that go and then hit confirm and we'll keep that movie rolling. But we're up to 4.2 million now and Morris has an update. Let's go ahead and do the speed up here. Excellent. Okay. We have a couple of different, we have a lot of things finishing, right? We're trying to multitask. We have a lot of things going on in the studio and that's what you want to do. You want to have a lot of things going on at once. It's the most efficient use of your structures because you're paying every month for every single structure and utilities, etc. So if you can have better utilization, you just scale up your operation. It's like a factory, right? If you can just constantly utilize the entire factory, it's more efficient. I want to start post-production on this, but I want to have the better team that does it. And they're currently working on nonsense right now. So we're just going to hold the line on that. Pour One for me is only down a little bit. Wow. I do have Cleo on this one. Charlie's working on this one now with Gabriel as the strict parent and love interest. I'm taking the love interest role. Also would like to... he's at 97. We're probably fine there. Yeah, let's continue that. And everybody's getting experience there, of course. The producers are bringing up the rating. That's pretty nice. So we're still at a 9.6 before we start shooting. That's fantastic. Let's get a happier dude in here. Well, that's my only level 2, isn't it? You know what? We can give him a little watch. There you go. Just to make you a little happier, right? All right, there we go. Now, Thin Blue Line, I think before what I did is I said I wanted to do 1 extra day a week to speed it up. I didn't do that this time. I can switch it if I want to, and that would speed it up a little bit more and get it ahead of schedule. So let me just do that really quick so I can get that going because I'm running out of days. And I really want to make sure. That one I'm waiting on post-production. So I'd like to get another editor if I could, man. I'd love to have another really good editor. And it's possible I should just hire another editor and just let them edit crap until they build themselves up, right? It's probably what I should do. But what I'm hoping happens is that maybe in 1933, 1934, whatever, their contracts will start expiring with the Gernstein brothers and stuff, and then I can start trying to poach them. Or I can unlock, you know, maybe we can unlock some stuff that lets me, you know, poach people. That'd be nice if I could just do that. I think we'll work on the image economy here just to kind of make it to where it's a little bit, just a little bit cheaper to shoot. Be nice. Herman wants a break. We're going to let him have it. And now we have pour one for me. Okay. The leading actress doesn't eat meat, but in one of the key scenes, her character is supposed to eat a rare steak. It's important for the plot of the film since it shows the heroine's character development. But Cleo Miles is refusing to do the scene and insists the whole episode be cut. All right, so we can rewrite the scene because we do have rolling edits. We can rewrite the scene so that there's no steak. I think that's probably the best way. Otherwise, the loyalty and happiness just keeps going down. We have rolling edits. That's the whole thing. That's why it's so good. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll edit the scene out and change the script a little bit to make it make sense. And we'll roll with it. I like it. Okay, your employee committed suicide. Oh my God. Lydia, why? The exit door at the bottom of the abyss is of despair. I had no idea you were that unhappy. I mean, I would have given you a watch. Sorry, Lydia. Jeez. Is that scripted? Does Lydia always commit suicide? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's read this really quick. Los Angeles District Attorney Richard Stripes spoke at an anti-corruption rally outside City Hall. His sharp criticism of the city made the front page of the Los Angeles Tribune. They've ruined Los Angeles. There's corruption everywhere. The mob and the police are working hand in hand while City Hall covers for them. I know how to fix it. I have a plan, but I can't do it as district attorney. Oh, he wants to be mayor. Political scientist Andrew Crook commented on the speech. Stripes clearly has big plans. We'll soon see him vaulting into the mayor's chair, I expect. Yeah, he's definitely got some ambitions there. A runaway. Okay, that's not bad. I would like Bernard to actually write another script, so we're going to hold off on Bernard really quick here on that. Let's go ahead really quick and finish nonsense. Get this out of the post-production process. Put this into distribution now. Get it start printing in and stuff, and then we'll get the other one running too. So nonsense. Let's grab this one. And we'll send it to distribution. We're at 3.8 million. All right, so I think actually what I will do is, since this is a 4.7, so we're fine on when can we start with this? Okay. So it doesn't look like we're gonna have a bit of a gap here, but I think party of one we might be able to repeat it. So we'll count on repeating this, and so that would make it start here. So we'll have one week where there's nothing showing. And that's not too bad. We don't need to actually take all of the screenings because it won't matter. So let's go up to about here with it. I know that it's free, but we might have another film that we want to start. I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, it's gonna take time to edit and stuff anyway. So never mind. We'll just max it out for now. For this first run, we can just max it out. Yeah, maybe the bottom one, the backside, maybe we'll do a little lighter because we really won't need it. That way, it gives some space for another film if we're gonna do it. So maybe we'll go like this for the backside because it's yeah. All right, let's make sure these are all 0. I'm not sure why they default to 1 because it just costs me more money. But let's go ahead and print that, and then we want to advertise a little bit ahead here. So we'll start there and go through. Let's go through that far. Now, what's this film? This film is making a lot of different films. So this is an action romance fantasy with a criminal gang searching for a killer. Okay, so I think probably we'll take these 3 again, and then it's 200,000 for that though. Ugh. Let's swap out this expensive one for this one instead. It's a little bit cheaper to do it that way. Ooh. Tricks. I don't remember Tricks. Okay, so I should say this differently. I remember Tricks, but I don't remember what they are. Oh. Okay, remember how we had that thing? We just unlocked it. to where for the marketing department, right, we can now stop by a hospice and like visit older elderly people to help promote the movie. That's a trick. And we could do that for this if we wanted to. I'm going to continue without tricks on this one. To promote the film, yeah, I'm gonna continue without it on this one, but we can do it for Thin Blue Line and like other ones here. We can do it for ones that are a bit, we have a bit more invested in. Okay. So Flame Upon a Stone is a better script, objectively a better film. We could do the tricks with this one to help really boost those numbers up, right? So let's get this going, like that, like that, like that. Post-production, go. All right, and then you can see marketing here. So currently I'm working on the analytics and stuff. I had maximum investment into speeding it up, so we're 1,700 days away. It's gonna be a while. But we have hospice visit now. And we could have went down orphanage visit and then surprise wedding appearance and like all these little things that are just, oh yeah, they happened naturally. No, it didn't. Like it was completely part of the plan. There's also dirty tricks you could potentially unlock as well. Not going to. Hush money seems interesting. If one of your actors gets into a scandal, you can settle it with cash. I thought I could already do that, but I don't really have a whole lot of cash. Which reminds me, I think there is a way to get cash more consistently, and I want to say it's with the financial executive, which we're 344 days away from having this $500,000 loan. Not that we need it, but we're there. And then I think it's this one right here, $500 cash per month. So basically every month it will pull some of our profits into cash or something like that. I think that's what this is. And then you can repeat that. You can go into having 1% in cash and then $1,000 per month, that kind of thing. The other thing I think you can do eventually, it's not in this one. I'm actually not sure which department it is, but you can negotiate with your actors and stuff. You can offer them participation eventually as well. So like a percentage, a cut from the film as a means of making them, way more expensive up front. So you don't have to pay them all this money up front. And then they take, the kickback off the top there. They can, that's an option for the future. Party of One did pretty well. I like it. We had set up this to distribute it again, didn't we? Yeah. It's going to fit this gap again. So we can do this again. It's not really showing much though. Like we can keep it in there because why not? But there's really not a whole lot of reason to have a lot of showings here. So like we can bring this down even though it's very cheap and it doesn't matter, but we can just do that. So yeah, okay, sure. Basically no showings are needed at the end here. Like we could probably just bring it down to like here. That way, if I do want to release another film, I still have to have time to print them anyway. So it doesn't matter. Let's just hit the button. It doesn't matter. And then Nonsense is repeating, is releasing near Halloween, which is curious. I think Nonsense, right, is the Fantasy Kingdom. It's a night movie. Kino Mark scores not great on that, but whatever. Hi, Cleo. How are you? You really like working with me. I agree. I think it's great having you around. You're a superstar, aren't you? Yeah. So it's nice having you around, and you're not cheap, but you also bring great value to the table. So I think we will hire you for 3 more movies. $106,000 up front. There we go. That's maybe not up front, but $106,000 is what we're going to pay you for 3 movies. All right, we got The Soldier. That's good. Pour one for me. Yup. Yup. Somehow we managed to improve the 9.6 script even more, even though we have like 5.1 people, 6.0 people, right? Despite that, everyone's in a good mood, therefore they perform really well. That's how that works. And we definitely do not want to edit this with this current team that's available. I don't want to edit this with Oliver. So we're going to not cancel the project. We're just going to exit this and wait. All right, corruption. That's not bad. That's not bad. All right. Good job, Richard. You're a 2.9 now. I think, I might actually make this film. We could start this one. Richard, we're actually going to make one of your movies now. How does it feel? You finally made something that's worthy. And we're going to have, let's say, Harry. He's got 47 days left, so it's probably he's going to need a contract extension if we do that. So let's not. It's not with Harry. We might be able to get Thomas to do it fast enough. Depends on how fast we can make it. We're going to use the small sound stages. Yep, we'll give him all the stuff, but we're going to use the small sound stages, making this as quick as possible. So yeah, his 90 days is not enough. So I think we're going to have to extend his contract, which is going to end up being very expensive. It's expensive to extend people's contract. Yeah, you can see it right here. So if I want to pick him, he's going to require more because his expires in 88 days and filming will not end for 90 days. So he needs 2 more days on his contract. And that 2 more days is going to cost more than me just getting somebody else to do the movie, pretty much, for a better rating. It's 204. So let's see how much it costs if I want to hire somebody different for this movie. So he is a 4.4. Obviously, I can just use Hubert here. These guys are all on days, so I probably should use them more than these guys anyway. Yeah, so why don't I just use other people here? So we'll put Hubert Klein on it instead. That's fine. He'll improve the movie more. Doppler sonotone. Let's go medium quality prop. 2 point whatever, right? Let's do medium quality props here just to kind of give it a little bit of a prop up. Producer. Yeah, these guys don't have a lot of time left in their contract, but we're doing it based on movies. That's usually better. If I have producers that have lengthy contracts, right, my producing, I do tend to hire producers on time. But we'll put you in here because it's based on a movie. Richard, you're on a movie, a single movie. I didn't quite get Anthony Campbell another movie. I think I was originally did it before, right? Before the cut, before I had to task manager out of the game. I think he was on a team and now he's not, but it's okay. Why don't we let Homer do this one since he's on a schedule for timing. Everybody here has just movies left. And we can put, as a detective, we could put Roberto in that role. He's played it recently, though. I think maybe I want someone a little bit closer to the... Because these guys are based on movies and we're paying them. So I want to utilize their skill a little bit better. Let's put you in this. Laser. Francisco. We'll put Laser in this. He'll bring up the quality of the script a little bit too. And then why don't we put Cecil can be in the Angry Boss. I don't think there's a better... Is there someone better for the Angry Boss role? I don't want to... Yeah, Jeffrey, he doesn't have any history for this. Criminal Gang, maybe. We'll put Cecil in there, it's fine. The Mentor... I'd like to have used Gabriel here, but I'm going to have to extend his contract if I do, which is fine. I like Gabriel. I want to keep him around. So we could also use him as a corrupt official even. I think he would do okay with that. He hasn't really done much with thrillers or anything historical. He's got one history movie before. Maybe we can put him on this. Of course, we have to negotiate his contract like this. So here's what I'd want to do. Let's see how much he's going to charge me for this extension. Like it's a lot. It's until the end of the project, and then I have to sign him again. Like it's very expensive. I'd rather just hire somebody for this amount and have them for like a year. That's the problem with the extension thing. I wish that it was be proportionate to how much time is actually needed. Like 2 days extension should not cost me, $15,000. It should be a very easy way to just quickly expand that, but I don't have it. Okay, so in that case, I've already paid a lot of people for specific movies. So why don't we just have Francisco take the mentor role? Have Francisco Roberts do the mentor role, and then the corrupt official will hire somebody. That makes sense for cost-wise. 3.8, not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. 3.8 with Henry Lee here. Unbiased. Forms his own opinions about people without regard for their background or physical characteristics. Hey, I like you. If that's how you are, I might sign you up for many years. Yeah, I might. Because you're quite cheap. I like that. You know, I like a person that does that. Let's get you medical insurance and sign you up for multiple years. You're hired, Henry. I don't know how good you are at this particular role, but I guess we'll find out. Corrupt official. The unbiased guy is going to be the corrupt official. Oh, no. Yeah, that's the way it's going. He's 28 years old. So everyone's like pretty young here. The angry boss is 18. I think not. I think we switch it. I think Laser is going to be the detective or the angry boss. Laser is the angry boss. And then we let the young gun Cecil here. We let him be the detective. That doesn't make sense, but whatever. It's fine. Everyone's young. An 18-year-old being a detective. I don't think that's ever happened in the history of the world. It's fine. You'd have to be a prodigy. Like a super prodigy. You're like Sheldon level experience. Man, it's like going to college when you're 14, you know? It can happen, but it's really unlikely. Oh, you're not ready for this yet. I have to wait. I thought you were done. I'm not paying attention. I'm very flighty right now, I guess. That's usually a good sign that it's ready to stop, yeah? I think I've played this long enough, honestly, for today. So next video, you can see Party of One is doing quite well. Next video, we are going to get... Pour One for me is going to get edited and distributed out. Thin Blue Line is going to finish. We're going to get that edited before Pour Me One, by the way. So I'm going to have this edited first. This is just going to sit there and wait because it's a 9.9 waiting for editing. It's insane that we got this to 9.9 into editing. So definitely want the best team possible on it. So we'll get Thin Blue Line, then we'll get this. We have a lot of stuff that we're going to release, a lot of money. And then we'll also be buying additional theaters as well, because we can. We're going to start trying to release multiple movies at a time if we can. That does require me to get additional scripts as well. So hopefully there's some good stuff in the script department here. Like No Battles Lost is $16,000. It's a 5.0 movie. We'll purchase and shelve that one. And this is another 5.0 movie. I like it. We'll go ahead and purchase and shelve that one too. You know, when there's a good value, we want to grab them. All right. Take it easy, guys. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.